Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the possible king of webcams, the Logitech C922. I actually bought this webcam with my own money to improve the quality of the Gaming on a Sunday Morning series, so let's get into it. Alright, so just a bit of a warning, most of this video is going to be actual test footage from the webcam, but first we'll start with the physical tour and the specs. The C922 comes permanently installed on a folding mount that allows you to either prop it up at an angle on a desk or put it on top of pretty much any monitor. On the surface of the folding mount are some rubber non-slip pads that are great because it'll keep it in place on top of your monitor and it won't scratch anything. Below the mount is a tripod screw hole, which is what I personally use for my videos, and if you bought the normal C922 version and not the C922X, you'll get a free tripod that is actually pretty decent but not nearly as tall as I would have liked. On the left and right hand sides of the webcam you'll find stereo microphones, and I'll show you the quality of those in just a bit, and the USB cable is about 6 feet long. And finally, there are two LED lights here on the side, and those show you that the camera is plugged on and it's working. Now, as far as the specs go, there's quite a few options here that are pretty interesting. For recording resolution, you have the option of 1080p 30 FPS or 720p with 60 FPS, which by the way, the older C920 doesn't have. Now this is what the 1080p and 30 FPS looks like. As you can tell, this picture looks pretty solid, and the only setting that I changed personally was sharpness, as you can see right here. I thought it was a little bit too low by default, but it's still pretty baller that you can change all these settings, and honestly, the picture from this webcam looks good enough that you could even record some full YouTube videos with just this camera. I know the main recording resolution on Twitch is 720p at 60 FPS, but I would honestly just stick with 1080p 30 FPS with this webcam because it just looks so much better. But on the flip side, in the camera's defense, more than likely, especially if you're recording in 720p, you're not going to have your camera filling up the whole space of the screen, and you're probably going to have it all the way down here or something. And here it doesn't look too bad, but still, even at this quality, I'm personally still going to be sticking with 1080p and 30 FPS. Another cool feature that this webcam has is called automatic background removal, and as you can see, I don't think it looks that great. It does this by pairing with the Chroma Cam or Personify software, as you can see here, and you can choose to have a basic background behind you like this, or just no background at all. But in my opinion, it just doesn't look that good. If you have any sort of action behind you like I do with my OPC or with the poster back there or my closet over here, in my opinion, it just doesn't work good enough for you to actually use it. And for those of you that have a complete white wall behind you like I do now, it actually looks a little bit better, but as soon as you start waving your hands around or even your head, it still doesn't look that great. And this is actually a huge bummer because I honestly thought it would have worked a little bit better than this. Looks like I'm gonna have to buy a green screen. The microphone, although does record in stereo and it's much appreciated, it still doesn't sound that great. If you want to take your Twitch streaming even remotely seriously, then I would highly recommend buying a separate microphone. And finally, the last noteworthy feature of the C922 is called automatic low light correction, but I personally wouldn't even use it. If you are in a low lit area, then it will automatically adjust your camera settings such as exposure, shutter speed, and things like that. But I think the frames per second loss when it does that is just too much. Just make sure that you're in a well-lit area. Overall, for just 80 bucks or 100 if you want the tripod, this is literally all you need in terms of a webcam for starting your Twitch streaming adventures. There are definitely more budget-friendly options out there, but we all pretty much know that other than the 4K one, this is pretty much as good as it gets, and I would definitely recommend it. I'll have it linked down in the description, and I wouldn't be surprised if this thing goes on sale every now and again. Well, that wraps up my review of the Logitech C922 webcam. Even though this thing is packing a ton of features such as 60 FPS, background removal, the color correction, even if you're just using this in 1080p and 30 FPS with basic settings like I am, I still think it's definitely worth it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like down below to help support my channel, and as always, thank you for watching. And please subscribe for more Zach's Tech Turf videos.